Hey, good morning, everyone. Carolina Weather Authority meteorologist Joshua Nagelberg. Hope you guys are enjoying your Friday. It's finally warming up out there. We did not have freezing temperatures or frost this morning. But as I mentioned in my video yesterday, we've got some wild temperature swings coming over the next few weeks, and also several storm systems to take a look at. And this video will focus a little bit about the storm that's heading into our area tonight, maybe some severe prospects, but then it gets colder behind the storm over the end of the weekend, early next week, and another system coming up the coast could provide some wintry precipitation here finally in parts of the central and eastern Carolinas and Virginia for the first time this winter season, really since February. So I'm going to get into that, and we're starting to see some model agreement. Yesterday, the video I showed you didn't look too promising, although the colder air is certainly in place, but now we're starting to see a little bit better signals with today's model guidance, so we may have some potential snow in the forecast here early next week. So I'm going to get to that in a little bit. If you could subscribe to our YouTube channel and leave any comments, positive of course, or at least on topic, we appreciate that, and we'll be happy to answer as many questions as we can. But let's take a look here at the possibility of some winter weather here later on Monday into Monday night. Still some details to be ironed out, but now we're seeing some more agreement that the mountains are going to see another significant accumulating snowfall. Actually, probably two of them, with the first one coming late tonight, possible accumulating snow, and then as we head into Monday, likely snow in the mountains. But now the possibility of some flakes heading into places like Greensboro and Raleigh and even Elizabeth City and certainly Richmond and Norfolk, Virginia. That is something that we're finally starting to see at least more in the guidance today. And again, this is not a slam dunk just yet, but something we need to at least be looking at. At the very least, it's going to be cold and wet and damp for Monday and Monday night, but the possibility that it's cold enough aloft now to see some snow mixing in as well. So quickly, we'll talk about the storm that's approaching. We're starting to see rain blossoming over eastern Tennessee and now far southwestern North Carolina, and this will move into western North Carolina during the day today and then across the central and eastern part of the Carolinas, including South Carolina tonight. There'll be enough instability for some thunderstorms. We do think there could be some severe weather, not a super high setup for severe weather, but if it does happen, it'd be later on this evening in places like Raleigh and Fayetteville, even Myrtle Beach, and then late tonight in places like Wilmington, New Bern, and then heading into the inner and outer banks. And the threat for some locally strong wind in places like Havelock, also Hatteras, Kitty Hawk, and maybe even an isolated tornado or two. And this could spread all the way up into southeastern Virginia. The one thing, though, is that the timing of it is not super ideal for seeing severe weather. We're talking after midnight tonight, probably more like 3 or 4 in the morning. So that's something we need to be aware of. But I'm going to focus most of this video on the next storm that's heading into our neighborhood on Monday. The upper level 500 millibar chart from the GFS shows pretty potent upper level low here, starting to phase with a northern branch feature, and this is going to bring some stronger winds aloft into the area after midnight tonight. And this is certainly a signature that could produce some locally strong wind with it, but it's moving very quickly, so it's already past us in the morning on Saturday, and then heading up into New England, where we could have a substantial snowstorm across parts of Maine, New Hampshire, and interior Mass, Rhode Island, maybe even all the way down close to New York City. We're looking at the first major snowstorm of the year for these folks. But what you'll see behind it is another feature moving down into the upper Great Lakes and a cutoff low heading into central Texas on Sunday. And if these two start to come together, then we definitely have enough cooling aloft later Monday and Monday night. Notice how this upper low is now being pushed to the south. The model I showed you yesterday showed it farther north up towards Pennsylvania and Maryland, but now the latest model run guidance shows it digging farther to the south right into the Carolinas. That could cool the air aloft to the point where any precipitation falling could end up changing from rain to snow, especially in the mountains, but also across the Piedmont and even into the coastal plain later Monday and Monday evening. So I will show you that on our precipitation area here, and you can see, and let me zoom in to the southeast so you can get a better view of what we're talking about. The blue indicates snow, so notice now there's a potential for some snow mixing in late in the day Monday and Monday evening to the north of Raleigh and then even into southeastern Virginia. We look at the ensembles to see, the short range ensembles to see what they're showing, because one operational model isn't as good as the mean of all the ensembles. And you can see there'll be some snow tonight in the Blue Ridge and Smokies. We've been expecting that. But then as we head on into Monday, we see the next wave coming down from the Ohio Valley into the Appalachians and accumulating snow likely before daybreak Monday. And look how the short range ensemble pushes some light accumulations farther east during the day on Monday into Virginia and even into the North Carolina border counties. And then Monday night, certainly a significant snowfall across the Smokies. Maybe we're talking a few inches. The European model shows most of the accumulation will be north of the border late Monday, with a few inches possible in places like Roanoke and even into Richmond, and certainly back across the Smokies as well, and even around Boone and Beech Mountain. We'll likely see snow before dark on Monday. The GFS, though, is farther south Monday evening and has accumulation down into the northern border counties and even all the way into the Triangle and into Elizabeth City, and significant snow as well across the high country of western North Carolina. And the NAM model is also showing accumulation around the Triad and over into North Raleigh, Wake Forest, getting up towards Lakes Carr Lake and Lake Gaston, and farther to the east. So our map is showing at least that possibility all the way down through the Triangle and Greenville and over to Elizabeth City. The one thing I will say, though, is a lot of this snowfall may not stick to the ground for much because ground temperatures are likely to be a little bit too warm. And let me see if I can show that to you guys on the NAM model here. Take a look at what the ground temperatures are going to look like. So that is one thing that we have going against us when it comes to soil temperatures. Taking a look here, Monday afternoon, still looking at upper 30s, which would mean it would be tough to stick unless it's coming down pretty hard. But then it does cool off at 7 o'clock in the evening Monday night. We have temperatures closer to the freezing mark, especially across the border counties here of northern North Carolina, 34, 35, and definitely sticking back in the mountains. So something to keep an eye on here. We could have Monday evening's commute being a snowy one across a good chunk of northern North Carolina and southern Virginia, or it could be earlier in the day in Virginia and then pushing south towards the evening into North Carolina. And definitely seeing a trend towards some cooler air in here. So the model's picking up on cooling in places to the north of the Triad and across the border counties here. Has warmed up in the last model run over the Raleigh area, but still cold enough to support at least a little bit of snow coming on the backside of our storm system. So notice how the model is trending warmer today than it was yesterday, and then cooler as we head into the weekend and early next week for many spots. And that will certainly allow the ground to cool off here, as any precipitation, if it comes down hard enough, could accumulate, especially if the GFS and the NAM are right. We could have some significant accumulation of an inch or two in places like Burlington and the north side of Greensboro and the north side of Raleigh as well. So that's what we're looking at, folks. Potential snow here, definitely likely in the mountains to see two snowfalls, one tonight and one on Monday, but the possibility later Monday into Monday evening of accumulation, especially in the northern part of this area and across southern parts of Virginia. All right, folks. Well, if you could subscribe to our YouTube channel, we'd appreciate it. And I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Stay tuned to Carolina WX Authority and, of course, to our Facebook page for more on this potential winter storm as we head into the day on Monday. All right, folks. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon. God bless.